All right, everybody, welcome to Cougar Blitz. We're just going to talk about some things in regards to last week with our last episode, what's kind of gone on from then to now. I'm Austin, or AC. This is Ethan. He's our producer. Ami, unfortunately, got sick. He's been dealing with a fever the last few days.
He told us he could hardly breathe, so I'm filling in for him today.
So we had to bring Ethan in, but he's going to be great. So we're going to get started. A quick recap of some of the key things coming up. We've got the Cincinnati game on Saturday. BYU basketball plays, I believe it's Wisconsin, right? Which is going to be a top 25 matchup.
Another one. So, 2 in a row, dude.
I know. And then looking at the Cincy
time.
game, I mean, Cincinnati got blown against Utah, and they lost this last week. Otherwise, it would be a top 25 matchup again.
Yep.
Because they were in the what was like 23rd or something like that.
Yeah, they were high up there. They were still ranked, but
yeah, even with that blowout loss to Utah. So, that should be. I mean, it's an important game, and then obviously, I mean, we had the playoff committee make their rankings last night.
Yep.
In my opinion, big time joke.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, just looking at the committee, I think Mike Leach is one of the best guys to talk about.
Oh yeah.
How I feel about the committee is how Mike Leach felt about it, where he's like, okay, we're gonna get a committee together. We're going to put a bunch of people who don't know anything about football, and we're going to have them decide, academics decide who's the best football team, not coaches, not former players, not people who actually know the game.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever seen that video from years ago with Mike Leach, but I think that's the epitome of what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Where I see things like they're sitting here talking about Alabama. Oh, they've recovered because they had that loss at the beginning of the season, and so they're good. And then you have the exact same scenario with, I'm trying to think who. There was another team that has one loss, and they're being discredited in the same breath for losing a game against a team that was better than Florida State. And it's like, well, they lost that game.
Yep.
And it's like, so Alabama's being rewarded because they've turned the corner.
Yeah.
This team's being not rewarded.
It's like it's an important stretch. And in my a group chat with some of my friends, one friend says, giving the G5 a spot has got to go. That got very disliked by some people in the group and liked by other people in the group. Someone else said, didn't know Kirk Herbstreit was in this chat. And then one of my best buds said, the fact that Jake Retzlaff's Tulane is the team getting in right now over BYU is really funny to me.
I'm not going to lie, that actually is
bonkers.
Pretty crazy. And
yep.
I personally don't think Tulane will be the team. I think it's going to be North Texas. They look for real. Obviously, it depends on who actually gets those conference championship games and who wins them. But, I mean, ultimately we're here to talk about BYU, but these things matter because, I mean, what we're looking at right now is like Utah's in a prime spot to potentially get in over BYU.
Yeah.
Because there's another thing that came out from the committee, where the committee admitted that teams will be punished for not winning their conference championship game.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that kind of leads into
like how do we feel about the conference championship at this point? Like,
give me
your honest take.
I would rather be in Utah's position.
Yeah.
Like, conference champion is awesome.
Yep.
Like, for recruiting, great. But if I am go to the college football playoff or get into the Big 12 championship game and kind of 50-50 if we're going to win, and to be honest, against Texas Tech, we have to have a solid game plan. Players got to be motivated to even compete in that game.
Yep.
I think the defense did fantastic, but...
And talking about the TCU game, I mean, we wanted them to do a blowout. They did.
Well...
And we looked like a real team again. If that team played, I said this to Ami earlier this week, if the team that played TCU played Texas Tech, I think it would be a different outcome.
Well, here's something that, coming from I'm a hardcore BYU fan. My dad grew up in the Avenues in Salt Lake City and still was the biggest BYU fan I've ever known in my life. And he injected all of that into me.
Yep,
from the womb. I mean, I'm wearing a 1996
I was gonna say it's a good looking hoodie.
BYU hoodie
yeah.
that I've had since I stole from my dad's closet when I was in junior high. That he bought this a year after I was born.
There you go.
When he went to some games with Sarkisian and that great
Nice.
team,
Yeah.
which I think is the greatest BYU football team of all. I mean, I don't know if you could say that because the '84 team won it.
That is a good team.
But the talent on that '96 team's crazy. And just looking at one thing I'm really jealous of with Utah is that I'm not a big fan of Kyle Whittingham, which I think BYU's fan base probably mostly feels that way.
Yeah, I would say so.
But
you're in a good crowd if you don't like
one
Kyle.
thing that I'm jealous of
Yeah.
is the dude has his team play until the final minutes.
Yeah.
He does not care how the feelings of the other team are.
Yep.
Or how the coaches on the other team feel.
Yep.
He's going to go, and if he sees blood in the water, he's going to say...
striking.
I mean, he's not going to kick onside kicks to try to get the ball.
Right.
But if his offense can go score, whether it's
score.
his first team, second team, or third team offense,
Yeah.
he expects them to go score the ball.
Yeah.
And go put up as many points as possible, and he expects his defense to not allow points.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like I love Kalani, and it's the culture that he has where he's a great man.
Yeah.
But just because you run up the score doesn't mean you're not a great man.
Yeah.
And to be honest, in today's college football, Utah is in the position they're in with 2 losses.
Yep.
If we had 2 losses, I don't even think we'd sniff the top 15.
No.
Even if it was a close loss to Utah.
Yeah. There are a lot of people talking about stuff like that this week.
And so it's like, you look at Utah, they've got 2 losses, both against top 10 teams.
Yep.
Well, I guess technically top 15.
Yeah. Now.
We should be a top 10 team. But top 15 teams, and they're ranked 12th.
Yep.
Which I think is deserving.
Yeah.
But if it were us, I don't think that we would even get close to the same treatment. We'd be lucky to be above, like, if we were in the, I would expect anywhere from 21 to 17, to be honest, if we had 2 losses.
Kind of that upper tier.
Even a close loss to Utah.
Yeah.
And I know the committee's saying, oh, it's because of how we lost to Texas Tech. And once again, it's like, well, go watch the football game.
Yeah.
Our defense showed up. We had some miscues on special teams.
And special teams was a big part of it. Like
huge part
even the coaches, I was listening to Coordinator's Corner this week and last week, and the coaches all were like, yeah, we recognize that there were some errors. That was us. Yeah. We lost that game. We recognize that. It's not going to happen again.
Well, and Kelly Papinga is not going to allow that to happen.
No, he was not.
And the special teams set the tone for the offense in that game. I mean, you had 2 or 3 shanked punts. You had a muffed punt. That was just terrible. But needless to say, I mean, you look at some of these other teams, like Alabama got smoked.
Yes.
Completely obliterated against a team that's not even going to sniff a bowl game.
Yep.
And nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, no one says.
And then BYU gets
it.
beat about. It's actually BYU that I was mentioning. BYU goes and loses to Texas Tech, but it's like, oh, but that was recent, and they didn't look good at all. And it's like Alabama didn't look good at all against.
And they got
Florida
smoked,
State.
dude.
And they're not even a top 10 team.
Yep.
Texas Tech should be a top 5 team.
Oh, absolutely. They're that good. They are a great team.
Yeah. So the Cincinnati road game. Just looking at importance, like, to be honest, I know there's a lot of fans that are going to say, like, oh, even if we lose the last few games, like, our record's really good and we have a freshman quarterback and all of this, like, let's just take the medal now kind of mentality, like, we're a really good football team. I know that the players don't feel that way.
Oh,
the
they're
players
hungry.
look at last year.
Yeah.
And they look at, we lost our last 2 games.
Yep.
And
not going to happen again.
Didn't get into the playoff.
Yep.
Because
they're like,
they wanted to get into the conference championship game, obviously.
You talk about the
they
seniors.
Want to get in the playoff.
Yeah, like the seniors too, like Chase Roberts. It might be his last chance ever.
Tanner Wall, Chase
Tanner
Roberts.
Wall, yeah, exactly. They're all like, listening to them in their interviews with Greg Wrubell, they're all, I'm hungry. I want the playoffs or bust. Like that's it, or else nothing.
Yeah, Jack Kelly, same thing.
Yep.
Even
Isaiah
with Jada, all those guys, same thing. They've all talked about,
especially coming back with Kelly, for example, like coming back from an injury. He's so hungry to perform, and he wants so bad to get that. Like they have to get the playoff.
Well, and it's like if you, because there's really only 2 scenarios where I see BYU getting in the playoff and not getting leapfrogged by Utah.
Yep.
And that is option 1. You play the Kalani style and you're nice, and you win every single game, including the conference championship game against Texas Tech.
Yep.
which I think is the least likely scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2 is you go and you blow the doors off of Cincinnati.
Yep, smoke
You
them.
blow the doors off of UCF so nobody
Yep.
has a question. You give them the eye candy that the committee wants.
Yep.
And then you play a close game against Texas Tech.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't do that, you will not make the playoffs.
That's not going to happen.
Like, you'll be I used to make fun of Utah fans all the time for the Utah teams that went to the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
And they're like, we're a Rose Bowl team. We're a Rose Bowl team. Like, you lost the Rose Bowl.
No, but you don't.
Do you really want to be remembered as the team that got to the Big 12 championship game and were so great that we lost and didn't go to the playoff?
Yeah, it sucks.
No, it's the same thing. Like, we can't go be putting Big 12 logos in our our Instagram profiles and stuff.
Yep.
Like Utah was the Roses.
Yep.
Like,
Oh
I'm
my
not.
gosh.
I would be highly disappointed.
I'd make fun of some people for sure.
Yeah, and it's just like this team, like Jack Kelly specifically, and Isaiah Glasgow and L.J. Martin. Those three guys, you can tell that they're hungry. You can tell that they're serious about performing because you know that those guys are getting shot up with whatever they need to get shot up with, bandaged up however they need to get bandaged just to get on the field currently, and they're performing. So how terrible would it be if you either lose one of these games, because if you lose against Cincinnati, you're not going to the championship game.
Yep.
Utah or I think it's Utah. Is it Cincinnati as well would possibly be in like a tiebreaker with you?
Yeah, I think so.
I know Utah for sure would, just because the Big 12 tiebreakers are really, really weird.
Yep.
And from what I've seen, Utah would get in even though BYU won the head-to-head.
Yep.
And so you wouldn't even get into the conference championship game, and you're going to go to the Alamo Bowl again.
And talking about L.J. Martin really quick, I'm just looking at his stats really just briefly. 88 yards carrying, which isn't bad.
No.
For especially coming off an injury. It's not his best game. It's far from his worst. 4.2 yards per carry, I think, is the big key right there.
Yep.
And then per reception, it was 8.5 yards per reception. And he had 4 receptions. That's very good.
Extremely good.
It's like guys like that, you got to think, especially in that TCU game, having come off of a loss and now going towards Cincinnati, I mean, he's fighting, like you said, for every yard he can get, but also every minute he can get.
Yep.
Because he knows, I mean, based on his stats, we know too, it's positive. I mean, he's getting 8.5 yards per reception, and he's a great running back, getting 4.2 on his okay day.
Oh,
it's great.
I think he's the best running back in the Big 12.
He's great.
When he's healthy.
Yeah. But he's got to stay healthy. But I know he's fighting, just like Chase Roberts, just like Kelly, just like Tanner Wall. Everybody wants to smoke Cincinnati because they know what we're talking about too. They know what it takes.
The other thing is like they control their destiny, yes.
Yep.
But don't let the coaches being nice get in your way.
Go out and perform.
Go out and perform and execute and make it like your destiny is right in front of you. It's you've manifested it to you.
Yep.
And at this point, Cincinnati's in the way.
Yep.
Go hit them so hard that when they're 70 years old, they're talking about how great you are, not how great they are.
Exactly.
To their grandkids.
And I think something important that it was pointed out, same people in this group chat I talk to all the time, that is pointed out about BYU's history recently is turnovers, both on downs and forced turnovers. If BYU wins the turnover battle, they're going to win the game. And
even plus one.
Even plus one. Exactly.
Plus 2. Just plus 1.
If they win it, no matter what, I think it's some crazy stat, like 90% of the time they win their game when the turnover battle is won over the past Kalani Sitake era.
Yeah.
And
just the last 2 years.
And the last 2 years
Kansas,
too.
we lost the turnover battle.
And the 2 times
Texas Tech,
yep.
Same thing. Arizona State, I think also the same thing.
Yep. And with Utah specifically is when we dove into this. Every time we beat Utah in a turnover battle, we win. Every time we lose, even -1, like we're saying, like it's a slim margin, we still lose. Mm-hmm. And I think with these, with Texas Tech, we lost the turnover battle.
Bad. I think, wasn't it like -2 or -3?
Yes, it was. It was by multiple. It was, I mean, it wasn't close, and we lost.
Yeah.
And I think with these upcoming teams, especially Cincinnati, good defense, right? They're they're kind of somewhat flaky on offense, it seems, because they keep not being able to finish.
The quarterback can run really well.
Yep.
He's when he doesn't have pressure.
Yep.
He's a good passer.
Yep. If he has pressure, he seems to struggle.
If he has pressure, he struggles a lot. That's why Utah, they ran a man system where they could get pressure constantly
and
the whole
he just
game.
Struggled.
And they were blitzing at least one linebacker or a nickel blitz all night in that game.
Which is what needs to happen.
And in a lot of cases, they were literally like bringing the house. Like they just had man up with all the receivers and just brought everybody else.
Yeah.
And Sorsby could do nothing.
Yep.
He was like, and it didn't help that when he did make passes, I think the receivers were flustered with that man and with the ball coming out quick that they were not catching balls.
Yep.
Kind of similar to what happened to us against Texas Tech.
Exactly. They got flustered. They got rushed. I mean, our defense, I'm sure, we're looking at that. Jay Hill's poring over film with his whole staff, trying to, get the guys to know if they can just repeat what Utah did, great. If they can do better than what Utah did, great. But I think, we win that turnover battle. We rush their quarterback as much as we can, and rush not in passing the yard line, right? But rush is in make him worry. Then we win.
Yeah. The Cougars got a Cougar Blitz.
Yep. Oh, that's weird. That's almost like that's the name of this podcast. While we're at it, Ami and AC are super, super great dudes, and they've got a lot of cool plans coming up. If you do like sports podcasts and you do like BYU podcasts especially, give them a rating on Apple Podcasts. Leave a comment on Spotify. Rate it there too. This will be the first episode that goes up on YouTube, which will be fantastic. So make sure and like and subscribe, because these guys have plans to do this quite often, and not just for football. They're talking about basketball too. So make sure you do all those things. Sorry, I just had to throw in a plug for you guys, but
I appreciate that.
Make sure and do that.
Yeah. And then like going back to this stuff here, I think Jay Hill's gonna be fine. He's gonna see those things, and Utah, they run man more than I think any team in college football, but BYU is right there.
Yep.
I don't know if they're second, but they're in the top 5.
And our blitzes, I mean, sometimes we'll run like a safety or a corner blitz that the quarterbacks and line don't see coming.
Nope.
And when we do it, turns into either a sack or a loss.
Oh, like that Evan Johnson sack that he got.
Oh, it was so good.
Well, I don't know. Did he actually get the sack against TCU?
I don't know if it counted, but he did enough where it forced TCU to have to screw up.
And they've ran that
pretty much.
times. I think they ran that against ECU as well.
Yep.
I don't know if it was him that did the blitz, but it was one of our corners.
Yeah.
And they got home too.
And I mean, just that's the plot. You have to do that.
Yep.
And it's going to work. So.
Yeah. They run lots of exotic blitzes. Jay Hill will run occasional zone.
Yep.
Way more than Morgan Scally does. But to be honest, our secondary is really strong.
Yeah,
you got Satawala, you got Wall, you've got Evan Johnson.
And it's nice to see those guys, especially on these plays where they're kind of forced to hustle too.
Oh, for sure.
They do wrap up. They do take people down. Even fullbacks, halfbacks that are bigger than them. Yep. They are faster, and they make it work.
Evan Johnson is an NFL cornerback.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yep.
Tanner Wall, I think that he's an NFL style. If he's bare minimum, I think he's a special teams guy in the NFL.
Yep.
And his leadership, his intelligence.
Oh, he's a smart kid.
And then he just makes plays.
Yep.
And he makes tackles that matter.
Yes, he does.
So he's someone that's there too. I think Damouni and Satawala are high level talents too.
Yep.
And you've got both those guys. And then Jonathan Cabella just came back, and he's looked really good, especially against TCU.
Yep. He looked spot on.
That was his second game back, and he looked a lot better than the Tech game. Not that he looked bad, but you can definitely tell that he's feeling more comfortable.
Absolutely.
And having him is huge, because now you can really mix up with Trey Alexander's obviously really good. He's one of our better man. Evan Johnson's our best man guy, and then Trey. And then Jane Dunlap's really good, I think. And then Maury Bamba.
Absolutely.
He's a big athletic guy.
Yep.
He's really good. So I'm not too worried about locking down the receivers, because Cincinnati's receivers are good, but they're not.
But like we said, if you're hustling the quarterback, they're also going to get stressed.
Well, and a lot of their guys are like transfer guys that are still getting acclimated to playing with Sorsby, and like they're good, they're talented, but it's not like what we have with like Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston, where those guys are established.
Yeah, they're established, but they're also just man, they hustle.
So I'm not too worried about that. I just want to see. I mean, in the last episode we talked about wanting to see Aaron Roderick air the ball out.
Yep.
To put up points.
Yep.
And I want to see that against Cincinnati. Like I feel like against TCU, he did in the first half, and then we got in the second half, and they went to that conservative, like, we're up enough.
Yeah.
And it was almost like Tanner Wall helped BYU blow out TCU in spite of Aaron Roderick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's how I felt.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate. Like let's go get to the playoff. If we want to get to the playoff, we got to put up points.
Yep. And speaking of airing the ball out, something I've said all year, and my friends can attest to this, is Carson Ryan.
Oh,
the dude deserves targets.
Yep.
He's good enough. I mean, good enough is a total understatement, but he's a great tight end.
Yep.
His blocks are solid.
He's an NFL guy for sure.
I fully agree, because we saw some of that in TCU. The way he ran his routes, the way he had his head on his shoulders, he was looking back and was putting himself in a position where he could punch through the holes and get through guys to get to the end zone.
Yep.
I was so stoked about that, because I've told everybody all year he deserves more targets. We need to draw plays up that Carson Ryan is the target at.
Yep.
Because he can do it.
Yeah.
And he does do it, and we saw that. And I hope they use him more.
He had like a one-handed catch against TCU that was nuts.
Yeah.
It was
a great catch.
Incredible.
That was NFL
and he
level.
Does that. He's had 3 or 4 of those this season that are just like, how did he catch that?
And a tight end's role is to be, kind of a jack of all trades. Like he can play receiver. He can also hard blocks against defensive ends who are usually quick, big guys that can make moves. And his blocks, where he was doing it.
I think that, so he's an excellent receiver, and he's a better blocker.
Oh, he's
which is crazy.
So good at a blocker.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what makes him an NFL talent, in my opinion.
Yep.
That's what the NFL will want him for initially, is to be kind of like a block-in.
Yeah, be a blocker.
Probably second or third string tight end, and then
and
they'll leak him out.
Yeah, BYU's had some good tight ends in the past, too, like Dennis Pitta.
Yep.
I think of Andrew George also is a great one.
I mean, those guys are good.
Yeah.
Carson Ryan's a better blocker than they are.
Carson Ryan's so good.
And I don't know. One thing that I will say is that Texas Tech game, we were playing a lot of max protection.
Yeah.
For some reason, we were trying to only get it to our receivers, and we had 3 receivers, and then we'd have Carson Ryan blocking.
Yeah.
With no leak outs, no like
Get him
pop
some
and goes.
leak outs, yeah.
And then when we had the drive where we scored, we actually had him go out for routes, and he's the reason that we even got into that position.
Yep.
Like he made a couple really big plays.
Yep.
Got us conversions on 3rd down, and I was sitting there like, what?
Where
was this at? Where was this at the beginning of the game?
Absolutely, and I've said this all year. He deserves targets. He's a better blocker.
Mm-hmm.
He still deserves to make those plays. He showed in TCU he can do it.
Yep.
And I hope that Aaron Roderick continues to utilize him as a weapon, especially against these next upcoming games, because he's proven that he can do it now, but he's proven that he's also really good at doing it.
Yep.
So use him as a tool. Anyway, I had to bring that up because it's got to happen.
No, I would agree. And, I mean, with Cody Hagan out, we're still bringing along JoJo Phillips because, I mean, we can't expect him to just come in and put up, 30-plus yards in a game when he just came back from injury.
And he did have a drop.
Yep.
That's okay.
He's had a couple.
Yep. The big drop against TCU was a shame, but, it didn't end up mattering all that much because we still got
Parker
it. Parker
Kingston, his mattered more, but he made up for it later in the game, which is fine.
Yep.
But, I mean, when you've got a guy like Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston, if you start hitting Carson Ryan on some flats and then in the middle, it's going to open up
those other guys,
Chase
do what
Roberts
they do.
and Parker Kingston, because now instead of running, if they want, for example, let's say a team goes, hey, we're going to run some brackets on Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston, because they're only having 3 guys go out.
Yep.
And then we just make sure that we cover the other receiver with some just cover the flats or cover the middle.
Yep. Let Carson Ryan do his thing.
But if you bring out Carson Ryan, and they're covering that 3rd receiver, Carson Ryan's going to be open if they're running brackets. Now, if they stop running brackets, you've got Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston 1-on-1.
Yep.
Do you think the defense wants to do that?
They never do.
Especially with Bear Bogmeyer, which I Me and Ami are in agreement with this, and you probably are too. Bear Bachmeier is an excellent runner.
Yeah.
Because he's big and he's fast for how big he is.
Yes.
And he drags dudes like a running back
I love it. Yeah.
I think that he's by far a better passer.
He's a great passer. He's proven that too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Highest his efficiency when it comes to play action pass is amazing.
Yep.
His pocket passing wasn't great at the beginning of the season, but part of that is because we weren't running many plays where you did just drop back without a play action.
Yeah.
And so, of course, if you're not running it much, your stats on that aren't going to be fantastic.
Yep.
But if you look at the Iowa State game, he had one of the best ratings that whole week in all of college. I think he was second in all of college football when it came to his efficiency in drop back passing without play action.
It's really good.
And then against TCU this last week, he overall, whether it was drop back or play action, I know he was top in the Big 12, and I think he was one of the best in efficiency total as a quarterback this last week.
Were you at the game?
I was not there. Ami was there.
Ami was there. So you probably saw this on the replays too. But the way he gets the play call, he calls the play with the guys.
Yep.
He's able to adjust. We know that he's proven that as well. He's able to adjust. But the way he had an order of who he was looking at. Already, as he's running the play, adrenaline's going. He's, got defenders up in his face. His line's doing their work. But he literally, in one of the plays, looked Chase Roberts, Parker Kingston, Carson Ryan, in that order.
Yep.
Quickly, but with enough time where he read what was going on, but he knew exactly where they would be. That's Tom Brady.
Yep.
Tom Brady was so good at doing that too. He knows where his guys are going to be. The play's drawn up so that they do what they do, but he knows where he needs to look.
Yep.
He's got great chemistry with the receivers too, which is fantastic.
And I think in that play, I don't know if this was the same play, but there was a play that I was watching where he did that, and then he didn't panic. Nobody was open.
Yeah.
And then LJ ended up leaking out of the backfield,
boom, right
and he hit him in the middle for like a 7-yard gain.
Yeah.
And it was like that's.
And that slow-mo head, it's, the end zone cameras looking at him.
Yep.
And seeing his head move, bing, 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 read out to Martin. It was the exact same play. I'm glad you're remembering this, but it was that exact play.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, he is a great quarterback, and he's...
the announcers actually mentioned it, too.
He's so
in
good.
The moment they were talking about that, this kid's only a freshman. That's a junior-senior type read.
Yeah.
Where, read 1, read 2, read 3.
Yep.
And then you end up dumping off to the last ditch player.
Yeah.
And you're not worried about you're
wasn't
not
worried.
frustrated. Yeah. You're not flustered. He was kind of a little bit dancing a little bit, but it was more of he was thinking about running
moving.
because nobody was there. And then he saw
and
LJ.
He's like, boom, here we go.
Just
7-yard gain.
Yep. That was great.
And our defense was making TCU's quarterback do the opposite. They were making him panic.
Yep.
And the difference between their quarterback and Bear was that there was panic and then there was choices.
Yep.
So it was great. Anyway.
No, I would agree. And so, the Cincinnati game, I want to see
more of this.
Let's just air it out. Air it out. Go score points.
Yep.
If I would love it if Aaron Roderick would be like, okay, let's go score 35 in the first half and be up 35-10 or whatever. Go score one more touchdown, then we can bring in the backups and be conservative.
Yep.
But if you're not up 3 touchdowns plus,
you gotta be.
You don't take out your starters and don't just hand the ball off to LJ Martin 20 times to end the game.
Yep. Go for
not to
score.
mention LJ Martin is. You can tell he's dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Let him do his thing.
Yeah. What?
Throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
I understand you're trying to run the clock out, but when there's 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you don't need to worry about running the clock out.
Yeah.
It's
going to happen.
Yeah. I would even be happier if you brought in the backup quarterback and threw the ball.
Yeah.
If you don't want to
hurt Bear
or if you don't want to look unsportsmanlike. The coach, if you bring in your second string and you're passing the ball against a team, I don't think the coach is going to think that you're being unsportsmanlike. I think you're just taking opportunities to give your guys some minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and even then, who cares?
Yeah. At this point, it's we're in the Big 12. We have an opportunity here in the Big 12. Let's take advantage. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And let's go play in the big time.
Well, and to be honest, like with how we're being treated right now, I'd rather be in the freaking Mountain West.
Yeah.
If we had one loss in the Mountain West, we'd be talked about. We'd be in Tulane's position.
Yeah.
We would be. Oh, you're in the playoff.
Good old Jake.
You're going to the playoff.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You're telling me that if BYU
so
was in the Mountain West with one loss,
yeah,
if they lost to freaking New Mexico,
yep,
they would be talked about being in. And New Mexico's actually pretty decent this year.
Yeah.
But
it was like Boise State last year.
Yeah.
Boise State, not in one of these, not in one of the four.
Lost to somebody.
I can't even remember who
it was
they
a Power
lost to.
5 team.
But they lost.
But they lost at the beginning of the year.
Everybody was looking at Ashton Genty and that whole team.
Yeah.
Everybody was. Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing where it's like, I love the Big 12, want to be in the Big 12. I'm not saying I want to go to the Mountain West, because I don't.
No, don't. We don't want that.
But, like, come on. Like, the only way that the Big 12 is going to start getting respect is if you have teams win games in the playoff. And the only way you're going to have teams win games is if you have teams in the playoff.
To win games, yeah.
And right now, we're only looking at, like, they're talking about, I think it'll be 2 teams this year.
Yeah.
If Utah ends up falling apart and losing a game,
yeah.
it's not going to be more than likely.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Because I think they're going to try to look at adding whoever they're going to add from whatever other part of, because they need their 8 SEC teams in the freaking playoff. And that's the other thing that I think is just ridiculous. Like when you look at hot take.
Here we go.
Pitt.
Yep.
They're not a bad team.
Yeah.
They're not a top 25 team.
No.
And they weren't even this last week. Before this last week. I believe that they were ranked in the top 25 so that the committee could feel good and make everybody feel good about beating a top 25 team.
Yep.
Like, in my opinion.
That's fair.
I think the committee teed that one up for Notre Dame so everybody would shut up when they beat a top 25 team. And you see that even within the SEC. Like, Tennessee.
Yep.
Why are they ranked in the top 25?
I don't know.
Like, they...
It never makes sense.
I'm not saying Tennessee's a bad team, but...
There are better teams.
They have not beat a single team that will be bowl eligible.
Yep.
They have not beat a single team
that
has an above 500 record.
Yeah.
And they've lost every single other game. They have 3 losses. The 3 losses are to the only teams that will be bowl eligible.
Yep.
And maybe one of those teams that they beat will end up being bowl eligible, but right now they're not.
Yeah, no.
How crazy is that? And that team is in the top 25.
Yep.
And they're like 20th.
Yeah. They're not even the bottom of the top 25.
Like,
oh, it's aggravating.
That's where you're going, okay, this is being teed up just to make it so that Alabama can say that they have 4 or 5 top 25 wins.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was against Tennessee.
Yep. Yep.
If Tennessee was in the Big 12 and they had 3 losses and not a single ranked win, and all of those losses were against Big 12 teams that aren't bowl eligible, they wouldn't even be sniffing the top 25.
No. Nope. Wouldn't happen.
So that's something that I just think is like another reason why the only way you're going to get the Big 12 to get any respect is if we get 2 teams in and those 2 teams win.
Yep.
The SEC obviously has respect because they get 6 teams to 8 teams in.
Yeah.
So your odds of winning
are way higher.
3 games in the playoff, like in the first round,
are very high.
Are super high because you got 8 teams or 6 teams in there.
Yeah, it's shotgun. You
could be 50%.
More rounds on target. That's all it is.
Yeah, where if you look at the Big 12, you get 2 teams in there and you're 50% win.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about how, see, we told you the Big 12 isn't very good.
No,
but
guys, that's not what it
has
is.
6 teams in and then only 3 advance. It's like,
SEC,
we told you why they're so good. They
yep.
got 3 teams advancing.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because you got 6. But this is the same thing in college basketball. Which we can go into later, but college basketball this last year was the same thing. The SEC had the most teams out of any other conference by far.
Yep.
And then everybody's like, wow, they've got this many teams in the Elite 8. Because if you look at the statistics...
Look at all the freaking teams then.
Yeah, you look at the statistics, the Big 12 actually had a better win percentage in the tourney than the SEC did.
Yep.
And so, based off of how many teams got in from the Big 12, and then advanced to the Sweet 16 and advanced to the Elite Eight and the Final Four,
Yep.
it was better than the SEC did.
Yep.
In terms of like actually competing and winning
It's
games.
the same across sports. It's just
But nobody wants to look at that.
nonsense.
But the reason why is because ESPN signed massive contracts with them. So ESPN's the ones that have the contracts.
Austin,
and have the
what are you
playoff and have March
talking about?
Madness,
What?
which is Disney.
That's crazy. Huh.
But anyway.
Well, let's
going into college basketball, though, that's like our next segment. Just looking at the basketball. So BYU, they dropped 2 spots.
and here's if I can.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
One thing that I'm noticing about basketball is we had a really decent game, to be honest. Especially second half play. AJ came out, put the hammer down.
He looked good.
He looked really good, especially in that second half.
The number 1 recruit coming out of high
He
school.
did. He did. And Richie Saunders picked it up a little bit. A couple of the other guys on the team actually, put themselves in, made some big plays. A couple of the other people, which I'm sure you'll get to, didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've heard people say is that they're worried that BYU got this loss. We got to remember, everybody.
They're worried about the loss?
They were ranked higher than us.
Yes.
They are objectively, per the rankings, which, could be skewed, could be not. But per the rankings, are a better team than us.
UConn is legit.
They are so good at basketball.
They are legit. Like the fact that they're not in the SEC or the Big Ten
It's bonkers.
and the Big 12,
Yeah.
and they're every year they're in the top 10.
So good.
They are good.
And the fact that we lost to them shouldn't. And some people were like, it just shows that BYU isn't ready to be ranked this high. Guys, we played so well. It's okay.
It's a 2-point loss.
Also, it's basketball. Every team loses in basketball. That's just the nature of You're playing 2-3 times a week sometimes.
Yep.
So, don't worry about it. UConn is a great team. It's okay that we lost. It's not that big of a deal. We did drop in rankings, which I'm sure is kind of what you're going to get into here. But
Yeah, how do you feel about that, by the way?
it's understandable.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're still top 10.
Yeah.
We looked like a top 10 team at the end of that game. AJ looked like it was a top 10 contender.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it. I think it's fair.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, what I would say to that is, I had someone yesterday, another BYU fan that was like, yeah, we dropped a whole 2 points. Like, that's a big drop.
No.
And I was just like, I mean, if you look at it in this way, we start off the season at, what was it, 8th?
Yeah.
Start off the season at 8th. We ended up beating Villanova, who's good.
It's a great team. Yep.
They're good.
Consistently
We
in
beat
the
Holy Cross.
championship.
We did not look good against Delaware in the first half.
No.
And then ended up spanking them.
Yep.
And then we lost a close game to Delaware. And but we went up 2 rankings before that UConn game.
Yeah.
So we went up one rank. So now we're at 7, and then we dropped to 9. I think that starting at 8 and dropping to 9 at this point with that loss is
fine.
Totally fine.
Yep.
I actually think that it's very fair. It's pretty fair.
It's honestly, in the grand scheme of things, especially with how big basketball is and how long the season is, it's fine.
How I feel about it is being in the top 25 period before conference
fantastic,
play
dude.
is territory BYU's never been in.
Yep.
That is amazing.
We're always like, we hope we get selected for the championship.
Yeah.
We hope.
And you're not even ranked if you get in the tourney.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
a lot of most teams aren't even ranked.
The majority.
Going into the tourney.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we are top 10 still with a ranked loss, which Ken Palm is completely different from football. Well, unless you're an SEC team. If you're an SEC team in football, then a ranked win against a team by which 2 points would be the equivalent like a field goal.
Yeah.
Or a safety.
Yeah.
Single point to 3 points, something like that. Then if you're in the SEC and it's like your loss was to whoever that's in the top 10, then magically now you're better than a team that has a win. But in basketball,
basketball's different.
Ken Palm will look at that and they'll actually analyze the data. They'll analyze how well you did. They'll look at UConn's data and how good they've been.
Yep.
And sometimes you can actually come out a little ahead.
Yeah.
In your Ken Palm if you played really well against ranked teams.
Because it's not just win or loss or points scored.
Yeah.
There's so much else.
Not to mention, this wasn't a home game for BYU.
Yeah, it's in a way. It was at Madison Square Garden, foreign territory.
Yep.
What was the stat they were saying on TV about that? Is we haven't played in a venue like that in a very long time.
I'm trying to think, like, I don't remember. I know that in the Jimmer era, we went to the East Coast for for March Madness, and we lost that game. I think that was against Florida.
Yeah.
When Florida won it all.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
I don't know if it was in Madison Square. I can't remember.
I don't know if it was.
But it was on the East Coast. It may have been in New York.
But still.
But that was like, that's the last time I remember going that far east.
Which objectively, too, like, let's just talk about that. How cool would it be to play in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
That's like, we were talking about venues, like famous venues for anything. Madison Square Garden, it's like up there with the top.
That was, to be honest, that was a, hey, AG, we'd love you to come here.
Yeah. If
you come here, we'll hook you up with what game do you want?
Yeah.
And I, to be honest, I love that. Like, I love that BYU's got the money and the backing where they can be like, hey, so-and-so, you want to, like, another top-end recruit's looking at BYU.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, is it Gooseby is how you pronounce his last name?
I'm not sure how you pronounce that last name, but
he's like top end. Like, if you could go to him and be like, hey,
come to
what
Madison
team do you
Square.
like in college? Like, did you grow up liking? Like, we'll play them wherever you want. Where do you want to play them?
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, we know some guys over there. Let me make some calls. Yeah. So cool.
So I think that's awesome. I think it was a great game. In our last episode, I was talking what I want to talk about right now. Big thing that I was talking about.
Yep.
The thing that I'm worried about with this BYU basketball team, Keba Keita is a dog.
Yes.
Amazing. I think that he is, I consider him an all-star. Like, DeBonsa and Richie Saunders are the best players on the team.
Yep.
But I think Keba Keita is up there with them.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of how important he is.
Yep.
He is considered, in my opinion, one of the best players as well.
Oh, he's big time.
Before that game, I was saying how he has, like, 25% of the steals.
Yep.
33% of the blocks for the whole team.
Yep.
He has the majority of the offensive rebounds, which are huge because if you're in close games, especially against like Big 12 teams, offensive rebounds give you second chance points to give to AJ or give to Richie to go get you, a bucket. And if it's Richie Saunders, you're probably going to get a 3.
Yep.
With an offensive rebound because there's no, guys are going to crash in and you're going to have someone out there like a Richie on the 3-point line.
Yep.
That is massive because you just went from not getting points to just adding +3.
Yep.
And so.
And you want that we want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And putback dunks, his presence around the rim, even if it's not getting blocks.
Yep.
It's kind of like Rudy Gobert-esque.
Yep.
But at the college level.
Yep.
And he's not as tall as Rudy, but he's just a freak athlete and super strong.
Yep.
And intimidating in that way.
Yeah.
And so I was just talking about how, like, who do we have behind him? Who do we have? I don't think Boskovic is it. I
especially not in this game.
Mboup is
I was
young.
going to talk about that.
I like him, but he's young, right?
Yeah. And he's got some speed. He's got some skill too. I'm excited to see him.
I was just talking about, like, man, and I was just saying if he comes off the court, and then I said, and if he has to play lots of minutes, we might get a Big 12 play and he might get injured.
Yeah.
And then he gets injured against UConn.
Yep.
And what I thought was a problem was a problem in that first half.
Yep.
We got down by 20 points because of that mostly.
Yeah.
They shut down AG DeBonsa in that first half.
And also then somewhat shut himself down.
I think that he's a team player.
Yeah.
And I think that he's a team player to the point where sometimes it's a little like it's I don't want to say unhealthy, but it's like it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help the team. Like there are times where I'm like, dude, like you
jumper.
Look like I was talking to somebody yesterday who knows ball, and he was like, to be honest, he looks like a young Kobe.
Yeah.
And I think he looks like a Tracy McGrady.
Oh yeah.
Like he looks like a mix of the two. Just how he flows.
Yep.
We talked about that shot that he had in the second half where he planted, he faked a step, like he does that kind of fadeaway.
Mm-hmm.
He faked the fadeaway. And when the defender bit, he so smoothly and quickly moved,
shot.
Like turned around, and it was a layup.
Yep.
And it was beautiful.
Yep.
And it was so smooth, so quick. It wasn't clunky that the defender couldn't do anything, and then the help defender couldn't do anything. No. And he his length obviously is great.
So big,
because he was like in the paint section. He wasn't close to the rim.
No.
But
he could get
because
close.
of his athleticism, he got close.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful shot. Like,
yep.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that in the first half.
And you know who else I want to see that from on the team is Xavier Staton.
Yes. He came in and looked good.
He looks really good.
He looked good.
And I'm excited to see, especially, I hope, another guy similar stature, AJ,
Mm-hmm.
I hope he rubs off on Xavier a little bit, because if we could have two of those people that can do exactly what we're talking about here, where they make a move, post move, or just a little jumper fake, move up to closer to the rim and get 2 points. You know, multiple guys doing that.
Yep.
Defenses can't stop that.
No.
There's literally not enough people on the floor to stop that.
No, and I gotta look. There's a couple stats that I think are pretty big from that game.
Also, Xavier Staton kind of has the wild style that is common with basketball players, and I love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, awesome.
Well,
wear the headband, dude. I love it.
And I also talked about how we know he has the talent. He was a 4-star recruit.
Yeah.
One of the top. I think he was the top rim protecting.
Yeah.
Center coming out of high school. He's really good.
And he's somewhat local. He's from Vegas.
Yeah.
Love that. Big time.
Yep. And I mean,
and Vegas is a
what
big
I always talk
basketball
about is
place as well.
The only thing that I see from him is I feel like he needs to add 20 pounds because he seems kind of hesitant. He didn't seem like that in this game.
Yeah.
He seemed a lot more comfortable. And all I would say is just take that.
Keep going.
And just take that juice.
Yep.
And understand you're talented enough.
Yeah.
You don't need
You made it here.
You don't need to bang guys around,
yeah.
but stand your ground a little bit and use your technique because, obviously, the dude is super talented.
Yeah,
He's got moves.
Yep.
He's got length. Rudy
he's got tons of
Gobert
length.
doesn't have weight.
No.
Compared to other guys in the NBA.
He's really good.
But he's really good because
at those moves.
Yeah, because he uses his moves, he uses his technique, and then on defense, he's just a big, tall presence that he doesn't let himself get pushed around.
Yeah.
And I think that
little
Staton
Dirk
can be
Nowitzki. Yeah.
He can be that. You don't have to be super heavy or super strong to have the mindset that you're not going to get moved.
Well, you don't have to be Giannis, right? You don't have to be that thick to know that you're not going to get moved. You can be a little lanky.
And I feel like he looked like that against UConn when there was a point where he did.
Yeah. I hope that keeps going because I like him a lot.
I do. Boskovic has been very disappointing. I like him a lot too, but he's been really disappointing.
Well, there were a couple times
he forces shots, especially threes. Yeah. He forces them too much.
And then he also got in Richie's way a couple times, little pick and roll action or what's supposed to be a pick and roll or even a pick and pass type situation up at the top of the key. And Richie kept having to step around him. As the big guy, having played enough basketball to know this, as the big guy moves so that the dribbler, the guy who ball handles.
At bare minimum, run an ISO.
At maximum, little pick and roll, you're both going to get into a good position, or you'll get someone out on the edge because the defenders are going to collapse.
Yeah.
But he kept getting in Richie's way, and not as much AJ, but mostly Richie's way. And I was like, guy, you got to move. Well, you got to step out of the way.
He was a decent 3-point shooter last year.
Yep.
This year he's been struggling. So to me, it's like, dude, just all we got to have you do is get rebounds.
Yeah.
Not foul a ton.
You're okay.
And give the ball to Richie can shoot threes.
He can.
Give him the ball.
Yep.
Just get the rebounds, give him the ball.
You're going to get assist stats like crazy. And guess what? The best in the game have really good assist stats. That's just how Kobe's assist stats, fantastic. I don't know, maybe a small name no one's heard of. Steve Nash, John Stockton. Yeah. They had higher assist stats than anything else. Just do that.
Well, even the Joker.
Yeah.
The dude is a
machine.
He puts up
with
lots
assists.
of points, but what makes him I think that currently he's still talent-wise the best player.
Yeah.
And it's because of that. He knows how to find guys open.
He's not hogging the ball.
And he makes all of his teammates
look so good.
Look really good.
Yep.
And so, Boskovic doesn't need to go score. I don't even think he needs to score any points.
No. That's okay.
Get rebounds, play good defense.
Get assists.
And to be honest, even if you foul out, don't let guys get the rim easy. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then get some assists. And that's all that we need. Keba Keita is like a little cherry on top because he'll get some putback dunks.
Yep.
He gets lots of oops.
Mm-hmm.
He gets steals. He gets blocks.
Oh, and we had some really good. That was one thing I was going to mention about the UConn game and going forward, which I hope we see. I've got Jackson Emery's jersey right here. Big fan of that guy, but he was the king of stealing.
Mm-hmm.
The dude was a thief in the night.
Yep.
And our team kind of had a little bit of that spirit too. This game, they wanted those loose balls. They wanted those. You want to intercept the ball when people are doing long passes. It's just the name of the game, and I was glad to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, DeBonce is really good with knowing that. Dawson Baker's pretty good.
Dawson Baker's really good.
He's in my opinion, Dawson Baker's kind of sneaky good. I think we need to get him a little bit more, especially. Okay, so the biggest thing, in my opinion, we lost the game.
Yep.
Because of our 3-point percentage.
What was it? I haven't even looked.
I don't even know if you want to hear it.
Is it that bad?
31%
Oh,
as a
that
team.
is not very good.
31% as a team.
Okay.
And
well, we didn't. I mean, our first 5 we missed, so it makes sense.
Yes, that's the thing. Is in the first half, and here's the problem: is we are either close or we go down, and then towards the end of the second or first half, we might make a couple. We come back in the second half and come screaming back with a high 3-point percentage. If we would just have that 31% consistently through the whole game,
yeah,
I think we beat UConn.
Yeah,
because instead of being down 20 points, we're down 10 points.
And that's within. And that's a 3-score relatively.
The coaching's different. Mm-hmm. The style of play is different. Mm-hmm. 10 points, dude. Just draw some things up for AJ DeBonsa. He's gonna go get you 10 points.
Yeah,
in like 5 minutes or less.
And you can do that.
Yeah,
because that's the nature of basketball too. Is those big deficits of 20 are difficult to come back from, but a deficit of 10, even 12. If you think about it, that's 6 plays. Or 4 plays. Yeah. If you do it right.
Well, and even if you look at it like in terms of you're knocking down threes or you're getting, a couple of like if you're trading back and forth, but you are getting fouls and getting and one buckets, or you're getting threes and you're not allowing them to get those. Maybe it's not 6, maybe it's 12, maybe it's 20 possessions.
Yeah, but
that's in the span of 5-10 minutes, depending on how quick the ball game's going.
And plus, I mean, the clock play, like you're talking about, you can play that a little bit, especially drawing those fouls. Yep. My wife was complaining watching the game. She's like, "Why do they always fall down?" I'm like, "Because they're playing the game. That's just how it goes."
Oh, and that's one thing about BYU I love this year is that Richie and DeBonsa and Rob Wright are excellent at getting fouls.
Drawing them.
Yep, drawing those fouls, which BYU just hasn't really been like that. We had the Haas boys that were really good at that.
Also, shout out Tyler Haas for making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that? That was
awesome.
Fantastic. He works in our same building. Nice. I won't say what building that is, but he does work in our same building.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah.
And he was, I think, he was an excellent player. I loved watching him. He was just
big
great.
Time. Yep.
He was great.
Yep.
He's the best free throw shooter to ever play at BYU.
He's so good.
For sure.
Yep. Yep.
As with other things too.
Yep.
Jimmer is the best scorer, but Haas is not far behind.
Yep.
Great scorer.
Just putting buckets up.
But yeah, now positives from that. I felt like Mboup came in and looked really, really good. Really good. Like exactly what I'm talking about. Getting the rebounds that you need to get. He plays with tons of hustle, very similar to Keita, but he's only a redshirt freshman. And he's got that same hustle.
Time to improve,
he's got that same tenacity as Keita. And his size, his athleticism, his strength is fantastic. So that's another reason why, like, Staton should just go out and play ball, dude, because we've got Mboup. And Mboup can come in if you struggle a little bit, or if we need a little bit more tenacity, a little bit more strength. Don't worry about it. We'll bring him in. You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Go get some buckets. Go get some swats.
That's the cool thing about basketball too, and what I love about this team that we have is we've got a pretty diverse crowd right now.
Yeah.
Different skill sets. We got Richie Saunders outside, who's fantastic, great ball handler. AJ DeBonsa, who's great inside and outside, great ball handler.
Great passer.
Great passer too.
Great defender.
We don't need everybody on the team to be Steph Curry.
No.
We don't need everybody on the team to be Richie Saunders. We need one Richie Saunders, and then use those skills that you've got, Staton and Mboup, because they do have them.
Yeah.
Go use them how you use them. Get really good at those, and that's what you do.
Well, to be honest, like Staton, he's going to be in the program for a couple of years. Like, he's not going to be one and done, obviously. So, and that's no knock. Like, he is extremely talented. He will. I think that if he goes on the trajectory that I think he'll be in the NBA eventually.
Yeah.
But like this year, dude, just focus on getting rebounds.
Just
don't try to force anything else.
Yeah.
Just go get rebounds, especially on offense.
Yep.
And get the ball back to Richie, get the ball back to AJ, and you're gonna win the majority of your basketball games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's literally all you got to worry about. Mm-hmm. Alter shots down low, get rebounds on offense.
And massive props, I think, to Kevin Young.
Yeah.
I think the guy's got obviously a great head on his shoulders. I feel like he's still new to the program relatively, but to see him kind of putting together this team that's his team, he took him great, as far as I loved it last year, how far we got.
Oh, it was great.
I think this team, too, has the potential to beat that, go even further, and I'm excited to see. I think Kevin Young's great.
I would agree. And now we got to go into a little bit with the unfortunate thing with Kennard Davis.
Yeah, yikes.
You won't go into too much detail, but report just came out from ESPN.
Yep.
Looks like so originally got pulled over, supposed potential DUI, and then ESPN just came out and confirmed that, and not alcohol, something else, but definitely honor code violation.
Yep.
Still not sure. I think Kevin Young just did an interview where he said that he knows what happened, is in full detail of everything that's happened, and BYU has asked him to not say anything until they decide what they're going to do, which to me screams honor code violation and a suspension of some kind.
Yep.
I'll be curious to see what that suspension looks like. Is it going to be like the Jake Ratzlaff suspension?
Yeah.
Is it going to be less because this is definitely a different
It's a
violation, but
similar in the fact that it is an honor code violation. It is something that the school,
the press took.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows the school's got to do something about it. The school will do something about it. Even if it wasn't very public, the school would still do something about it.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
But now everybody knows exactly what it is, and so the school knows that everybody knows, because ESPN's, I don't know who the reporter was, but he was able to obtain the documents straight from the police department.
Wow.
So that he released everything on that. So everybody knows what's going on there.
Yeah.
And that kind of falls into... Kid is really talented. It's going to suck not to have him for depth.
Yep.
Now, in my opinion, Dawson Baker's going to fill into that spot.
And I think
I'm glad that we
got
have him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do really well. He did really well against UConn, in my opinion. He had 12 points, which is huge.
You get above 10 points.
Yeah, and he was our best
Great
3-point shooter, 3 or 4.
Well,
so
good. Hey, Dawson Baker, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Played 24 minutes.
It's a solid play time
steals too.
Yeah,
he had 2 steals.
That's just a solid game all over, dude.
He had 2 turnovers, so he kind of broke even on that turnover to, turnover to a positive ratio there. He had an assist. So, but the thing is, the dude's just a bucket getter, and I think that's perfect for our bench. He's the kind of guy that if you want to get your 3-point percentage to spark for the rest of the team, you go throw him in there. You get they do a lot of kind of pick and pop type stuff for him, where they'll have someone like AJ or someone like Mboup, just depending on what play they're running. They'll have either a wing or a big go out there and set a screen for him, like an off-ball screen, and get it to him. Sometimes he'll have the ball and it'll be an on-ball, but they will purposefully get him into his spot. He'll hit a 3, and then it just seems like it just kind of sparks something for the rest of the team where they start making those threes. And that's what happened in the second half.
Yep.
They were struggling. They had a couple of plays like that for him, and then it just kind of shot everybody else out. And I would love for us to just do that earlier in the game with him, because he is a guy that will go get you points.
He will,
and he doesn't make mistakes very often. And I think he's just a really good experienced presence on the court too for everybody.
Give him the ball.
So
let him do his thing.
So I'm not too worried about the depth. It sucks though, because the next thing I was going to talk about is recruiting, because we have a lot of recruiting buzz right now. We've got I guess there's some center that was in the G League and is now coming back to college.
I saw that. I saw that headline.
That we got a commitment from.
That's pretty sick.
So
cool with that.
He looks good. And then we've got, I think you pronounce it Gooseby, but apologize if I'm slaughtering his last name. But he, LDS, I think he's in the number 1. If not number 1, he's up there.
Good.
One of the top recruits in the country again for this next recruiting cycle.
Sweet.
From Texas. BYU's in this top 4. Huge.
That would be massive.
I love that. I think that the Kennard Davis news, I hope it doesn't have a negative effect on the recruiting. I hope that kids don't feel like there's anything nefarious involved with like the police department like doing anything. Because like to be honest, having lived in Provo, you live in Provo.
Yep.
The Provo Police Department, to be completely honest, like they would slap anybody with that.
They would.
Like, and it's not anything about how you like.
It's just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. Like they are like they're the worst when it comes to parking tickets.
We could have a whole podcast about parking enforcement, and we could go off, which we did the other day at work.
They take
we won't
any
do that,
opportunity
but
they can
yep.
to make money and fill their quotas. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with anything about you other than they have the opportunity to make some money.
Yeah, like this is just for the sake of the example, right where Kennard got pulled over.
Yeah.
The other day I was sitting at Maverick, that Maverick right there. I was filling up with gas, ready to get on a road trip. And car, tuned exhaust, comes by, and he was revving. He didn't see a cop, was parked over by the carpet company in the corner, lights off, just chilling in his car. As soon as he revved his engine, it wasn't disturbing anybody. He was in a parking lot. He's going to do that. He's got a cool car. Revs his engine, cop, whoop, right there, pulled him over. I was like, dude.
That's wild.
But it's just how it goes, and it just goes to show, that, like you said, not that should shed any bad light on coming to Provo and playing ball.
Yeah.
But, it's just part of it.
Maybe BYU needs to go have a conversation with the police. Like, not in this instance, because obviously Davis.
Come on now, guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
But also, yeah, you're right.
But so to put it in that perspective, with the specific violation, it would have been a violation in majority of the 50 states.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was a Provo thing or a BYU
not at
thing
all. Nope.
in this instance.
It was just a thing. It was a crime.
Yes.
It was what we call that here.
Even in states where
it's maybe a little looser. One of our neighbors, maybe, perchance.
Driving is still not acceptable.
Still not acceptable.
So this isn't a BYU issue anyway.
It's
so
it's a making smart decisions
exactly.
issue. Is what it comes down to.
I don't think that it will affect, and I hope it won't.
Yeah.
There are some people that are kind of bringing it up because, unfortunately, it's really close to Jake Retzoff stuff.
Yep.
But I think we'll be okay.
Yeah,
I think we'll be okay.
I think we'll be all good. But I feel like basketball's in a good spot.
I think they're in a great spot. And I personally, from that UConn game, I was really disheartened in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, oh, my gosh, the thing that I talked about
dang it, dude.
is exactly what's happening.
Yep.
We've got our Achilles heel. And then all of a sudden,
we're back.
Staton and Mboup came to play in the second half. And now, to be honest, I'm not worried at all.
Nope.
I'm like, dang.
And the drop
we got this depth
was
now.
Fair.
Cato will come back. This team just went from being really good to scary good.
Yeah.
Scary
I'm
good.
Pumped. Kevin Young cooking with gasoline, dude.
So, and I feel like Mboup is the perfect player like Cato, where it's like he doesn't need to get his in points.
Yeah.
He'll go get you rebounds.
Yep.
He'll go set you some solid screens.
That's all you want.
Run good plays and play defense.
It's not all about the points.
And that's the other thing. This team, I think by the end of the year, will be considered one of, if not the best defensive team in college basketball.
Yeah, they're really good.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously UConn had 86 points, but a lot of those points I felt like were in the first half, and then it was them trying to keep up with BYU surging back.
Yeah. Which is so fun to watch.
Yeah. So I think this team's legit. This team's really good. They just went from, they dropped 2 spots, but in my opinion, they just went from good echelon to great echelon to scary,
bonkers,
scary echelon. The Big 12 should be on notice.
Yep.
Like, to be honest, if I'm on a team in the Big 12 and I just saw that second half,
oh boy,
I'm like,
we have some practice to put in.
Yeah, oh boy. Yep. If I'm Wisconsin, I'm like, hopefully first half BYU shows up.
Yeah.
Because if second half BYU shows up in the beginning of the game,
it's over. It's gone.
Yeah, we'll be lucky to lose by 10 points.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what we got there.
Yep. Cool.
All right, so the last few things we want to talk about, just overall culture expectations for football and basketball. We'll kind of talk a little bit about potential big injuries that we might feel like, which, to be honest, Kennard Davis, we'll just talk about that because that's not an injury. That's just straight.
A loss.
I don't know if he's going to be on the team at all for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, so that's depth, travel, big game readiness, all those things. So, I mean, how do you feel about the culture? How do you feel about expectations in both football and basketball, like right now?
Today, right now, I feel like let's talk TCU for just a second. We mentioned this a little bit earlier, but every BYU fan wanted a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
We are a better team than TCU. TCU does have some threats. They have some
They're good.
They have some great players. They've had some great games this year. BYU is objectively just a better team. That's just how it goes. And we wanted a blowout.
Yep.
We got it.
Yep.
But I feel like at the end we saw kind of what we mentioned before, a little bit of letting off the gas a little bit. Luckily, defense came in with some big plays, and Jay Hill didn't stop.
Yep.
And I was really happy to see that. So I think the culture on defense is we will punch you, and we will punch you a lot and very hard until you can't do anything anymore.
Yep.
Even with our secondary team that was in, they still got sacks, and they still got turnovers. And it was like, oh, yeah, we're a deep team on defense. I did feel like the offense somewhat didn't keep pushing as much, and I wish they did. In basketball, I feel like a little bit of the opposite. I feel like we start slow, and as we pick up steam, then we're scary good, like you're saying. And it was very evident in the second half of this game, second half of the Delaware game. If that second half team shows up, it's bad news for anybody that we're playing.
I don't care who you. If we played
anybody,
if we played UConn a second time, the second half BYU was playing them for 2 quarters,
we would win.
And I think that we'd win by 10 plus points.
Yeah, but it's I feel like the culture in basketball, if we can continue that second half feeling of not, hey, we've got to make something happen. I don't think that's the right feeling. I think it's we are a great team. We are going to use the weapons that we have and attack the rim on basketball. That's what we want. That's what the second half team felt like they were doing. So we have weapons. Do what you're good at. Pass the ball, make plays, get rebounds. And that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, centers, just do your job. Get rebounds, pass the ball. Get rebounds, block shots.
Get assists.
Like it's
shooters are going to shoot.
Yes, exactly.
Let them shoot.
Yep.
But just be like a. I hesitate to use the word ally because you're on the same team, but be an ally. Yep. Be an asset, right? Yep. And that mentality, I think, is what.
And I think that Boskovic last year was like that because his initial was to do that. Because the reality is, if you want to be a big and you're getting threes, you're getting dunks, you're getting all those, you need to have wide open shots.
Yep.
Because you're a big.
Yep.
You're not a guard. You're not Steph Curry.
No.
You're a big.
You also don't need to be Steph Curry.
No, you don't. And it's like, if you want to go make some threes and get some points for us, which I think that Boskovic could do, go get rebounds and go pass the ball to AJ DeBonsa and Richie Saunders. If they go get you 10 points plus in the first half, the opposite team is going to start running
towards them.
Defense that's trying to stop them.
And guess who
which
will be
means
open at that
you're
point?
going to be wide open.
Weird.
You'll be wide open. And then it will be like shooting a 3 in practice with nobody on you.
Yep. And I think as far as expectations go for both teams, my expectations for basketball are high because of what we're talking about. Like, we have depth, we've talked about. The guys on the bench are fantastic. They're Jordan Clarksons, I think, and hopefully that reference means something, but sixth man of the year.
Definitely, I could see him definitely being like that.
Being a Jordan Clarkson.
Except less turnovers.
Exactly, yeah,
less
turnovers.
And he knows when to cut it off when it's not hot.
yeah, exactly. And I think my expectations for basketball are high. Like, Kevin Young proved as a coach and with that team, they could go far.
Yep.
I think this team's better. It's deeper.
Yep.
And we can go further if we really put it up. So my expectations are high. For football, my expectations for the Cincinnati game specifically are literally we need to destroy them. There should be nothing left. Scorched earth.
Yep.
That's what we need because that's the only thing that's going to get college football playoff to even consider anything.
Yep.
And it's also going to give us good momentum going into our final game and whatever else happens after that. We already know Vegas odds were horrible for BYU this year. 6.5 wins was the line. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
6.5. That's stupid. We are well surpassed that. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. We've crushed what Vegas thought, right?
Yep.
Vegas sadly isn't the deciding factor for any of this, and my expectations for football are to not let off the gas, and we should go home tired.
Yeah,
is what I feel like. We should go home at the end of the season tired, knowing that you gave your all on the field and you made plays. That's what I think.
I think the wildest thing right now. You want to talk about some poster board material? This would be. I would be super upset. BYU right now is only a 2.5 point favorite against Cincinnati.
After the TCU game?
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that.
Right now.
At
least that's how they opened as.
Yeah.
With Vegas.
Huh.
2.5 points. Not even a field goal.
Now that's interesting.
Not even a field goal.
But, I mean, we play well. We've talked about this before at work, too, and Ami's a big proponent of this, that we play well when we're the underdog. When we're the dogs, we bark, is how he
ECU.
said it. I thought it was hilarious.
They better bring the ECU energy in this game.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we better, all respect to Cincinnati, but we want them to give up.
Yeah.
We want to go in, punch them as hard as we can, and win soundly.
I want to feel like better than I did starting the second half.
Yeah.
Than I did against TCU.
Yeah.
Can Jay Hill just pull Aaron Roderick aside and just be like, hey, so like our mentality on defense is that we hit and we keep on hitting until the game's over. Can we just do that on offense?
We're going to drive a race car here, and the pedal will be glued to the floor the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time because and then he could tell Aaron, because I want my defense in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
So let's get my defense to the college football playoff.
You have to help me. Yep. So my expectations for football are still high, though. I think it is an amazing team. Like, come down to it.
Do you think they're ready for this game?
I think they are. I hesitate to say 100%, but I'm fairly confident that we've got what it takes. I'm very confident, actually. I just know that there's some pitfalls that sometimes happen with a team like this, and with coaching staff, especially on offense, that happen sometimes.
Yeah.
We can overcome that. That's what I think.
I think Chase Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
I think LJ Martin. I think Tanner Wall.
Yep.
And
Jack
Kelly. And probably Evan Johnson. I haven't worried about Evan Johnson at all.
No.
The dude's been a stud. But I think those guys are going to speak up.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, guys, do you remember last year? I remember last year.
Yeah.
And this is my last year to prove that last year was not us.
And also for someone like Bear, who Bear is just the dude's crazy, right?
Yep.
He's so good. To show a new guy, because Bear is new, right? To show a new guy like that as an older player on the team, as the Tanner Walls, the Chase Roberts, the Jack Kelly, to come in and say, we're the leaders of this team, and we are going to die before we don't make this playoff.
Yeah.
And to put that into Bear now, that's a Steve Young, that's a Ty Detmer, that's a threat next year also. Anyway.
No, I 100% agree. I think, and then in basketball, I think BYU is 100% ready for Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they're 4-0.
Yep.
They're ranked in the top 25. Their schedule,
weak.
I'll just name the names: Campbell, Northern Illinois, Ball State, and SIUE.
Okay, so none of those teams are real. Just kidding. No, it's definitely a different schedule than we've had.
Yes,
that's for sure.
And so, for that reason, I think
we can go into confident. Yeah,
I think. To be honest, I think obviously Wisconsin. That's who we played in the tournament last year.
Yeah,
they're going to be motivated.
Yeah,
they're going to be motivated in that first half.
And we should be too.
And if we show up as second half BYU.
Sorry.
Second half BYU from last week.
Yeah. Yep. Bad news.
Maybe it's close because Wisconsin's motivated.
Yeah.
And then if that carries in, I think it's a 10-point victory.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you have a prediction for both games?
I think BYU takes it in football by at least 20 points. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to carry that TCU energy, and we're going to attack from the beginning. is what I'm hoping. I know our defense is hungry, like we're talking about. I think basketball too. I think those second half, having, back when I played a little bit of basketball, even in my sport now, golf, you carry the momentum hole.
Yeah.
And if you have a really bad hole, you can stop that momentum. But if you have a really good hole, you don't want it to stop. You want it to just keep flowing and keep what we had and don't let go of it. Keep going.
Yeah. I think my football score prediction, BYU wins, obviously. I think it's going to be just because of how Kalani is and how Aaron Roderick is. I think defense, I think it's going to be about somewhere between 10 and 17.
Cool. Yeah.
So they allow that much.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say 17, take the high
Cool.
on that. And then I think offense, 38. 38.
Yeah.
I think
pretty sound.
they tend to ease off when you get close to 40 points.
Yep.
I would love 45-17.
I would love
58-17. I would. But I would feel really good about our playoff at large if it's 40 plus to 17 range.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's just 42.
And that looks really good.
Looks
obviously.
really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I think it's going to be 38-17.
Okay.
I think in basketball, I think that we're going to hover around that 85 points.
Okay.
And I think Wisconsin's probably going to be about, we play good defense.
Mid-70s.
Yeah, I would say 77,
cool.
78.
Yeah. That's a solid game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
So I think that's where we're sitting at. And
I like
then, it. I just think go take it, and then just
go home tired.
Yeah, and share this with people. Let them hear.
Yep.
If you liked our takes, even if you didn't, it'd still be nice if you could
if
share
you
it around.
disagree with everything that we've said and still like and subscribe.
Yeah, if there's things that you want us to talk about, certain ways you want us to talk about it, we'd love to. And then we'll have our next episode. We might do some short ones before the game, but definitely after these games, we're gonna do some analysis and break.
And
it down
hopefully Ami feels better. Obviously, it's been a pleasure being on with you.
We'll have to have one where we have all three of us. That'd
absolutely,
be kind of fun.
and even with the Joe Rogan podcast, he always has Jamie behind as the producer.
Yeah.
I can be that guy too, but it's been an absolute pleasure being here. I'm excited to see the upcoming games and see what the Cougar Blitz podcast does. I'm pumped.
Yeah, we're gonna go places.
Cool.
So.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure, like I said, and see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.